Everyone wants to get the best interest rate on their savings account, specifically when it comes to where they're parking their emergency fund. While the purpose of an emergency fund isn't to earn interest and make you money, we also don't want it to be just sitting there getting eaten away by inflation. I'm Bradford with the Penny Pinchers Guide, and I'm going to show you where you can get the best interest rate on your emergency fund in 2020. Unfortunately, this year has been really bad for high yield savings accounts. Because of how low the interest rates have been set by the Federal Reserve, even the very best savings accounts out there are offering less than 1% interest on average. You can even see here where I'm scrolling through the collection of savings accounts that have been put forward by NerdWallet that even the very best savings accounts, their interest is really just set at 0.8%. And everything just goes down from there, getting down to as low as what a traditional checking account could earn in interest. But with those depressing numbers out of the way, I want to show you an account where you can get 1% interest on all your money, and even in some circumstances, up to 4%. I'm talking about T-Mobile Money, and I want to let you know what I think of it after being a customer for 1 month. While most people have heard of T-Mobile as a cell phone provider, the idea that they're offering a checking account is pretty unheard of. So what exactly is T-Mobile Money? At the end of 2019, T-Mobile decided to partner up with Bankmobile to offer a checking account. Now, this checking account offers 1% APR to anybody, regardless of whether or not they're a T-Mobile customer. But the real good deal comes in is that if you are a T-Mobile customer, you set up a direct deposit of $200 a month, and you register for their T-Mobile rewards, which is basically just setting up your online account, you're eligible for 4% APR up to the first $3,000 that you deposit. After that, it's 1% APR, and there's no limit on how much you can earn under that. So what are the pros for T-Mobile Money? For starters, if you're a T-Mobile customer with that 4% interest rate, there is no place that comes even close to matching that. And even if you aren't a T-Mobile customer with the 1% interest rate, that is one of the most competitive rates around. Additionally, this is an actual FDIC insured bank with the money that you put in there. Most of the places for you to get interest rates close to 4%, you'd have to be using a certificate of deposit, which is an investment, and that is not covered by the FDIC. Now, there's a couple perks associated with this being an actual checking account versus a savings account. First off is that there's going to be no limit on the number of transactions that you can use. And a secondary part of that is that they have a network of over 55,000 ATMs that have no fee for you to withdraw or deposit money. Now, if you choose to use this as an actual checking account, which is how it's set up, they do offer $50 in overdraft protection. Now, that is a nice benefit, but because I'm using it as a savings account versus a checking account, that's not something that I'm ever going to make use of. An additional benefit if you are a T-Mobile customer is that you can have as many accounts set up as you do have people on your plan. So if it's you and your significant other, you can each open up a checking account and get that 4% interest on up to $3,000 per person. So depending on how many people you have on your plan, multiply it. Family of 5, that could mean up to $15,000 earning 4% interest. An additional benefit for T-Mobile customers is that if you set up your direct deposit to go towards T-Mobile Money, you can get your payments up to 2 days earlier. And a final note that I want to throw out in the pro category, even though it is anecdotal, is their customer service. I used the secure messaging to send them a question about something, and they got back to me in less than 24 hours. And compared to my experiences with other secure messaging systems with different banks and credit unions, this is far faster than the average response rate that I received. Now, this wouldn't be a good review if I didn't actually talk about the negatives that are associated with T-Mobile Money. So first off is going to be that 4% interest rate. It is only available if you are a T-Mobile customer and you meet those 3 criteria that I mentioned earlier. Even though 1% is great, the advertised 4% is only available for those that are on a post-paid T-Mobile plan. The next critique I have for them is that they do not have any sort of ATM rebates. While they do have a pretty wide ATM network that doesn't have any fees, if you use any ATM that is outside of that network, you're responsible for whatever the transaction fee is for that ATM. Another critique of T-Mobile Money is that at this time, they do not offer any sort of joint account. So you and your spouse, you can't have the same account. While it's nice to be able to have those separate accounts that generate more interest, that might be an issue between you and your spouse with having transparency when it comes to money issues. And the final critique that I have of T-Mobile Money, even though it's great to have such a high % interest rate where you could park your emergency fund, because it is a checking account with no limit on transactions that you can do, this might present an issue for some people in terms of pulling money out of their emergency fund when it's not actually an emergency. So what are my overall thoughts when it comes to T-Mobile Money? For starters, if you are a T-Mobile customer, there is absolutely no reason you shouldn't be taking advantage of this awesome benefit. Open up your account today and start taking advantage of that 4% interest rate that is available to you. Now, if you're not a T-Mobile customer, while it does suck that you're not getting that 4% interest rate, the 1% interest rate that is available to you is one of the most competitive on the market. And if you're willing to move your emergency fund around to whatever has the best interest rate at the time, I would highly recommend that you do check out T-Mobile Money. And then once interest rates rise later on, move your money to wherever you're getting the most interest and most bang for your buck. And to wrap up, I would love to know where you put your emergency fund and what your thoughts are on T-Mobile Money. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I want to thank you for your time today, and just remember to pinch a little. Thanks for watching. And if you liked this video, make sure to check out the video that's on the left-hand side of your screen.
Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like more great content, and to support our channel.